This is one of those small number of places in New England where the first European settlers came to begin a new life in North America.
This is absolutely a national story. This is the story of the settlement of America. You go from Plymouth, Boston, Ipswich, Newbury, right up the coast. We're very, very early.
When you figure 1620s, when the Mayflower Pilgrims came, only 15 years after that, we had our own group of settlers come here, 100 of them, direct from England. And they cleared a great deal of land, which was going to be the center of what was called the Newbury Plantation.
The Lower Green was everything at the time. The first meeting house was built there. The first burying ground was there. That was the heart of this incredibly important 17th century town.
It is the soul of Newbury. It is the quintessential, unspoiled piece of history. The green itself is protected, but the buffer around the green is not, and the town of Newbury has approved a subdivision for the pasture land which looms over the green.
As a parcel, it's really representative of the historic agricultural landscape, and that is having stone walls, having open field with hedgerow is really indicative of what the colonial landscape looked like around this part of New England. There are a few examples of this that remain, and this is just a perfect specimen, if you will, of that iconic agrarian colonial landscape that we just have very little remaining.
The proposal as currently set up is there are going to be 2 paved cul-de-sacs. Now the western part is already laid out, the cul-de-sac has all been paved and the house lots are all set up. The section that we want is the eastern section right on the green. If we fail, then there's going to be a cul-de-sac and various other access routes into the property, and there will be these rather large houses with all the paraphernalia that comes with it, swimming pools, driveways, other things that will distract from what the ambiance of this place should be.
Often the way our organization works is that we acquire interest in property to prevent something that could happen in the future. In this case, it's real, it's imminent, and we know what will happen. If we're not successful, we'll see 3 houses there. It will forever change the character of that area, in that view, in the history of that site.
That history is our very beginnings as a colonial nation, 375 years ago, and it's there. It's visually, palpably there.
This place is really associated with some of the big names of our years of independence. When the call came for Bunker Hill, they gathered right here and marched down the Boston Post Road to join that battle. And in 1775, the same year, Benedict Arnold marched up from Boston to here. This was the launch pad for the great invasion of Quebec, which really is one of the great treks of American military history. So those soldiers who went off to do this trained right here. This was the first training ground, and they lived here. They lived all in all these buildings that surround us here. These are people we should not forget, and these are episodes that we, as a community, have to keep alive, and the best way to keep them alive, it seems to me, at least in this little 5 or 6 acre plot that we're talking about, is to keep it as it was.
It's of significance to anyone who feels anything about the history of this country and where it came from and what set it in motion and the people who set it in motion. Anyone who has any feeling about the importance of that, and it's hard not to, I think, if you live in this country, has a stake in what we accomplish or fail to accomplish here.
It's a one-time opportunity to save this land, to protect this site. If houses are built here, it is gone. It is gone forever.
There are organizations that just need the money every single year. Service agencies, your hospital, your church and everything. This is a one-time deal. We've got to get it now. That's what we're trying to tell people, that the clock's ticking and we're running out of time.
it's urgent at this point. When it becomes houses, there's no turning back. On the other hand, if we're successful, it will be put into a permanent form of conservation. So it'll be there for our kids and our grandkids, so the succeeding generations will have the benefit and the enjoyment of this landscape as we all have had in our lifetime.